Ladies and gentlemen, you guys seen last year at Cedar. Actually, it was held last year in October in New York City. And we had an opportunity of bringing you quite a few entertainment entities, including one known as Todd Wharton. He's been going around doing mixers throughout New York City. Actually, his mixer now is the biggest mixer in New York City. He's locating them in various states as we go along. But I've had the pleasure of befriending him last year, and we've been communicating throughout the year. We've had some artists in common and different things, and I have him here this evening. It took a little while for us to make it happen, but we did promise you last year it would happen. Todd is here via the airways, modern technology. Todd, how's it going?
I'm good, Papa T. How are you?
Outstanding, outstanding. Todd, it's been a pleasure. I know you had a long evening on yesterday. You were constantly doing events and making things happen in the industry for other folks. You too are motivated by doing things for other folks in the industry, which is something we're attempting to make contagious. In other words, if more folks really were out to help others, then the industry would be a lot brighter place than it currently is. Do you agree?
I do agree 100%.
Okay. All right, Todd, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a moment to just express to the folks who you are, what LTC is, and a little bit about yourself, and then we're going to go into some details about what makes Todd Wharton tick, all right?
Yes, sir.
You have the floor.
All right. Well, first of all, thank you for having me on the show. It's a pleasure. Definitely wish I can be there in person, but transportation, unfortunately, plays a big role in sometimes why you're either late or you can't make it, but just being able to at least speak to you online, in person, over the phone, live is more of an honor than anything else, and I do appreciate you for that.
Outstanding.
As for me, I am the CEO and founder of Local Talent Connect, or in short term, LTC. LTC is literally the first online, offline, social global network for the arts and entertainment industry. So anybody can go online and create their profile at localtalentconnect.com. But what we're also adding is a value that has been in the need probably for most of the industry. I mean, the older people I talk to the younger agree with it. No matter how much you network online, it really doesn't make a difference unless you meet people in person, because that's where a true relationship lies. Indeed. So what we're doing is not only are we giving you your online network, the first ever for the industry, we're putting these mixers, which are called LTC A&E Industry Monthly Mixers, in every major city across the U.S. and eventually abroad. And what this going to do is give every artist and business in the industry the opportunity to meet more and more people, because, you know, the old saying used to be, it's who you know. My theory is it's not really who you know, it's how many people you know, because the more people that you involve in your circle of life in terms of positivity, those are the more people that will have a positive effect on your future, as well as you possibly gaining that aspect and the assets that you need to build whatever dream that you have into a career. So it's about creating those possibilities, and LTC is about creating opportunities.
Okay, let me ask you this. What motivated you to actually start this project? This question is, I love this question. I guess you have to go on what you've been doing all your life. Okay.
And then build on that. All the negatives, all the positives, and that's what makes you become who you are, and you have to realize that. So I guess being in the restaurant industry for over 20 years, my mother was an artist, still an artist. My brother owns a theater company, and in the industry itself, the restaurant industry, 90% of the people at least are in some type of field of the arts and entertainment industry, whether they're an architect, an actor, a director, martial artist, culinary artist, you know, contortionist, you name it. These people, not only your friends and colleagues, but when you're surrounding yourself with them every day, they become family. And family is not just about blood. Family are the people that you choose to have in your life, and, you know, the people that you are tight with, and those people become your tight family. And that's what a lot of your colleagues become. And I just saw something that honestly was bothering me a lot. Like, these people would end up moving away, going back home, or trying something different. And and it's because they're working hard and they're working a couple of jobs, paying bills, this and that. I say it all the time, and they lose focus about what they love to do. And it's something I call the downfall of passion. It basically means somebody living their life they want, but because they don't have the means or the tools, they end up eventually living a life that they don't want to live. And that happens with the most of us.
Let me ask you this, Todd.
Yep.
On that level, on that note right there, a lot of folks, you're there in the heart of the Mecca of America,
yep.
Where it all really goes down, either there or in Hollywood. Let me ask you, folks that come out, and you're talking about the passion being killed and what have you.
Yeah.
Do you recommend that folks move, say, to LA or say to New York in pursuit of fulfilling their dreams and have all of those commitments as far as paying bills and things that cause them to deviate from their original path of success in the arts? Do you recommend it?
No, I'll be honest with you. I don't recommend people move to LA or New York to pursue a goal. I mean, obviously, those are the two biggest meccas when you're talking about acting and directing. I mean, if you do it, great. But I think people have to understand what they're actually looking to do. Unfortunately, we're raised and grown up where people that love us tell us kind of what we want to hear instead of what we need to hear.
Okay.
A lot of people support you, but at the same time, they tell you you're going to be the next this and next that instead of, me focusing on but it'd be the next Todd Wharton or you're going to be the next Papa T.
Yes, sir.
So my attitude is if you're looking to build a career about what you love, do it to build a career and don't do it to be a celebrity. If you're doing it for the wrong reasons, chances are you already failed. Mm-hmm. So when people move to New York and LA, yeah, do it. I mean, I'd recommend do what you want to do. Don't do it if somebody like me recommends it for you to do it, because you got to believe in yourself.
Indeed.
Paying rent and paying bills is part of life.
Yeah.
It's about working hard. It's about holding two jobs, but it's also about realizing what reality is. Now, you can be in Iowa, Albany, New York, Buffalo, you name all the cities, states, and towns, and you can build a career anywhere you want. You just got to figure out how hard you want to work for it and how much you want it. So that's what it comes down to.
Outstanding. All right. Also, the mixers. I want you to explain and elaborate a little bit on the mixers so the folks know exactly what they're heading to that's looking at the show and decided they want to go down and see what it is that Todd Wharton does and how it can contribute toward their careers. Give me a little details.
Definitely. The LTC A&E Industry Monthly Mixer. The goal of it is to teach people that networking is the key to any successfulness in any business and career. Obviously, I revolved around the art and entertainment industry because, these are the people I grew up with and I want to help them out. But it doesn't shy away from the fact that every industry needs to learn how to network. Technology today and online networking is a great thing, but it's teaching kids and adults how not to communicate anymore. And that's horrible because in any business, you really need to meet people. You need to get on the phone more and talk. You need to get out more and talk. You need to be able to hold a conversation without having uncomfortable silences every 2 minutes, because that's where love relationships die. That's where any relationship dies. So these industry mixers, what we ask people to do is to come in, and it's a very friendly environment. We're averaging over 500 people alone in New York City. You'll obviously get a name tag, but everybody that walks in there knows that everybody wants to meet everybody. And it takes away that whole uncomfortableness of going up to somebody and saying hi. We offer the red carpet, but we never promise anybody who's going to be there and who's not. What is there is everybody in the arts and entertainment industry, everybody. Because when you start promising people, we'll have casting directors there, we'll have this celebrity there, people are just going to meet them, but they're not actually going to network. And when you network, that's when you're opening up that world and having the people being honored by meeting you as you meeting them. That's how you meet people. You don't meet people because, I'll give you an example, Papa T. Let's say, for example, I told you that Liam Neeson's going to be at a mixer.
Okay.
And let's say it packs out, and it's great for me. I get 1,000 people. Awesome. Great. Liam Neeson's my fan. Awesome. This is great. I got 1,000 people. But let's be honest. I mean, what are the chances of an unknown just going up to the guy and be like, hey, I love you, blah, blah, blah. I want you to put me in a movie. That's not networking. That's wasting your time. So everybody's going there to see one person.
Indeed.
It's a waste. You should be going there to concentrate on your career, have a good time. That's why the motto for that mixer is keep a drink in one hand, a business card in the other, and network your net worth with LTC. It's showing people in order for you to get out there, you need to start speaking to people. And you need to be friendly and have a good time. That's networking. That's the way it always should be. But online is just teaching people how to be lazy. Now, don't get me wrong, I have an online network, but if you ask anybody who knows me, it's how I met you, you got to get out there.
Indeed.
And that's the point. And this is why they've become success. Boston, the first one starts on the 30th of September. LA is going to be starting in October, probably the 13th or 14th. We're also working on Philly, DC, Buffalo, New York, obviously eventually Chicago, Las Vegas, and beyond. And hopefully within 2.5 years, I'll have a mixer in every major city. And what it's going to do is, let's say you, Papa T, happen to be in Chicago, you can walk into a mixer and meet 300-400 people in Chicago, and guess what? You just expanded your network and expanded those possibilities of building your career even farther than you ever imagined. That's the point.
Outstanding, outstanding.